Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Evening, the tube of you. Welcome to the Toon Review. It is fan forum night. I don't know what's happened to Billy. He's gone into some kind of, I don't really know what that is, to be honest. Are you there, Billy?
Yeah.
Are you there? You know, you just froze in a very, let's just say interesting place. But Billy is with us. And we have... we've got some rabble in the green room waiting to come on. I can see some usuals. I can see some new ones as well, which is nice. But we'll go through a couple of comments first of all. Spider's in the house. Trolls is here. John Mitchison. We know which players should leave Newcastle. How about J7? He has not been at it the past month. I know he has done okay before, but better players around to get. Any thoughts? Oh, that will be discussed later on. Barney's in the house, YT's in the house, Spider. J7 is carrying an injury and only gets sorted in the summer. Yeah, I believe that 100%. Gary, good evening. Novik, good evening. Jordan wants to know how we get on the forum. Well, I can see him waiting to get on. And why has Susan wished me good luck with him tonight? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Julie's in the house. Keep all comments respectful. Click the like button, subscribe, and join the Toon Review family. Yes, and if you don't, it's a shocking decision, quite frankly. Spider says, how can Man City announce that they have secured personal terms and it's a done deal when the transfer window isn't open? How they can and others don't, if it's okay to do this. It's Manchester City, and I mean, I don't know. But, however, the case with Elliot Anderson was right. It is because his loan deal does not end until the end of May, which is why he can't play for Newcastle in the final 2 games of the season. He is still contracted on that loan deal. Of course, it was a 6-month loan deal he signed, and that takes him up to the 1st of June, which makes him not eligible to play for the Toon in the final 2 games of the season, which is a little disappointing because I think we were all hoping that we were going to see him. Daniel says lots of transfers arranged before the window opens. Toons, a good evening, afternoon, and good morning. Jordan will join. Well, he has. Norvik says Man City must have their own rules on FFP. Either that or they're going to have one hell of a fight. I think FFP's away with the fairies, me, Billy. I think it's gone.
Yeah, just they seem to quite put people up on it when they want to. When they don't seem to adhere to all the time. I mean, PSG get away with it year in, year out. Yeah. It's a ridiculous thing, to be honest.
I know. Right, there's loads of people in. Tom, good evening. Danielle's in the house. Matty says, good evening, Toon Review team. I hope you're all well. Do you think Erling Haaland will succeed in the Premier League, or do you think the price tag and wage will weigh his young shoulders down? Time will tell. It's certainly too early to judge Haaland at the minute. I think he's a very, very good player, but, you know, he isn't proven in the Premier League yet, and only time will tell on that one. So, again, it'll be an interesting season. Santosh is in the house. Mrs. Toon Review, good evening, is in the house. And by the way, don't forget, I've been working on it today, guys. The Toon Review shop is very, very nearly opening hours. I mean, the only things we've got for sale at the moment will be the mugs, obviously, until we get the prices done for the hoodies and stuff. But there is the mug. That is the host one. But you can get them personalized. You can also get various other ones. I've been working on the website today, and it should go live maybe tomorrow or even Thursday. But It's hard work setting the shop up. It really is, but never mind. Right, let's get some rabble on, Billy. We've got Ryan, Chippers, Jason, the king of Qatar's in the house. He's been for his tab. David.
What the hell? Work this week.
What's going on with your speaker, David? Oh,
to the YouTube
update. 2 seconds.
I'll knock his mic off for a second while he gets that sorted. Jordan's in the house. Well, he was. Is that Jordan? Is that you?
Yeah.
Your mic's off.
I know. I'm muted. I'm back now.
Oh, there he is. And where are you joining us from tonight, Jordan? Is it just up the road?
West Pelton, just outside of Stanley.
Aye. And you know my my fiance apparently.
I do. I know Susan. I grew up with that son.
Aye. Small world. Small world.
It is.
And Renier joins us as well. Good evening.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you doing?
Yeah, all good, all good. I just picked up your mug, and I thought you might like this one, eh?
Oh, bollocks to that. Get it smashed. Burn it. Burn it to the ground.
It reminds me of the bad times. And we can
we don't need to be reminded of that, quite honestly, but never mind. You know, it is what it is. Right, if you do enjoy the show tonight as well, guys, please hit that like button and do subscribe if you're new. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, super chats are available if you hit that $ at the bottom of the live comments. Thank you in advance for that. Ryan.
Yeah.
How are you feeling after the City game?
I'm not too depressed, not too happy about it. I kind of expected it to happen. I think 5-0 is a bit too much. I feel like the game should have ended 3-0. And Chris Wood, I mean, this guy could have changed the game right from the beginning.
I'm getting started on him.
How the fuck did he miss that header, man? I can't believe it. No accuracy, no power. Like, Chris Wood, he's literally saying of my expectations were low, but damn, that is literally Chris Wood for me, man. I can't. He has to be third striker next season, man. Because I had low expectations when he came in, and I wasn't really like, because I knew he's a panic, or like we had to overpay for him. Someone like we had to overpay for a Premier League proven striker, which he was, and we're not getting that really. I don't care if he's like
proven. I don't care what anybody says. He scored goals in the Premier League simply because Burnley booted the ball up and somebody else did the hard work for him.
I don't even care if he can't play as a sole striker. The guy's not mobile. He's got no movement.
I'll tell you who will give us a better explanation.
His touch is like a trampoline. Like,
yeah. There's a man who will give us a better explanation, and that's his best mate in Qatar, Roy Caviani. Good evening, Roy.
How you doing, lads? How you doing, mate?
I mean, have you spoke to Chris Wood after that farcical performance? I mean, you know, best mates and all that, selfie twins.
I hope I don't see the bastard again.
He'll probably miss your call, boy.
How did he miss that header?
He would. He'd miss your call. He would. Hey. I'm here all night. Come on, Roy. He's absolutely dreadful, man, isn't he? He's absolute. Listen, he's worse than sheep shit. That guy, isn't he?
He Hostelo, and remember him? He's like Diego Maradona.
What, that Spanish striker who's scoring goals for fun in the Spanish league.
And De Jong, who's playing with Barcelona now.
Listen, I'd rather have Stefan Givash.
I know. I would have scored that.
What is it?
With me head.
Yeah, I know. Jason, you're a big fan of Chris Wood, as we know. I think you've highly disapproved of him since the word go. I mean, would it have made much difference had he put us 1-0 up? Would it have been a different game, or would City have just stepped it up, do you think?
He would have never put us 1-0 up for a start, so no.
Well, that was a hypothetical question, Jason. I know that.
No. we were always going to lose to City, I think. We're not strong enough to beat them, regardless of what team we have. When we did beat them, when we had Rondon, I think that was just pure luck that we managed to get the win over them. We just haven't got team ready to fight the bigger clubs yet. Give some more investment, and then we can start competing against them. But at the moment, we're going to still most likely get results like this each time. But 5-0, no.
It's rotten. I mean, the two late goals, really, I think it. look, Man City walked that second half, and I don't understand for the life of me why we sat off them. Chippers, you sent me a message on Sunday night saying you weren't very happy. You weren't going to comment on the review show in case you just went off on one. I mean, what was bugging you?
I'm over it now. To be honest, it was just I don't mind losing, but the manner of the defeat again was just like the whole everything was just wrong about it. It was like it was going back to the Cabbage days. It was sloppy. It was poor. It was just. And now we'll play Man City, but you've got to have standards. Yeah, you've got to have standards, haven't you?
And you were a bit unhappy with a certain number 10.
Oh God, are you going to throw us under that bus, are you?
I'm throwing you right.
Oh yeah.
You know what though? Have you reflected on your thoughts, Chippers? Have you looked in the mirror and took your face for a shite after them comments? No, because I know he should have had an assist, but again, it's again what he's again off the ball. It's just, I mean, the first goal was his fault. I don't care what anybody says because he should have followed his man. He didn't tell anybody else to go and follow him, but he didn't follow his man. If he stopped there, the cross wouldn't have came in for the goal. I just listen. I don't want to jump on his back or anything new. I'm just, you know what it is. The sad thing is, I'm accepting of that's how he's going to play, and I don't agree with it. But it's not my decision. I'm not the manager. I can't fix anything. I can't change anything. There's only two people that can sort that out, and that's him and the manager. And it's just
I don't actually know what's going on with David. He was on, then he disappeared, and now there's two of them popped up. And both of them are saying device is not connected. He is having a Sinclair trying to get on this show. He has the worst internet I've ever seen in the history of man. I really believe he's actually still on dial-up. But there you go.
Well,
I mean,
all I'll say, Paul, is listen, I don't want him coming out on social media saying I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then again he's.
Oh, I agree with that. I think
we'll end up having the same debate every week of who is the SM and what does he offer and so like that, because I want his football to do the talking. If he wants to go on about Ballon d'Ors, and I want us all next week to come on and say what a fantastic game he had against Arsenal and how he ripped their defence to pieces, and because that's what we know he can do. It's just a shame we don't see it more. We don't see it enough. What a value in playing in the Premier League, for my opinion, sadly.
Jordan, you look like you're in a catalogue pose there, drinking your can of lager there in your what looks like, I can only say, a robe. Just make sure you don't do a Chippers and drop it too low, my friend.
I won't. I'm badly sunburned, so I can't wear no t-shirt or out.
How the hell are you sunburned?
I've been working on the gardens all last week and then this week and all, and I'm ginger, so.
Oh. So you're one of them sun's out, baps out kind of guy, yeah?
No, so I'm the kind of person sun's out running the house if I can.
To be fair, wasn't this week National Nude Gardening Day?
We'll skip over that, please, Jason. We'll let you mention that.
I don't think anyone appears to do the garden in the nude like.
No, not in Pelton anyway. Anyway, what's your thoughts on the game on Saturday? I mean, were you a bit angry, or are you just saying, well, it's Man City, let's get over it, kind of thing, and move on?
Well, you can't turn around and say it's Man City, get over it when you play Liverpool the week before and only get beat 1-0. We didn't play too bad against Liverpool. I don't get why I feel like heads dropped after the first two goals, and we just sat back, didn't do what we've been doing for the past since the start of this year, really.
Yeah.
I don't get why we give up, really. I think
I got that impression second half. Yeah, I think we did give up. I think we stood off them. We didn't get stuck into them, and then we bring the substitutions on, and we look like we're going at them again. Callum Wilson, had he been match fit or match practice up to scratch, I think he would have scored 2 on Sunday. Renier, I'll ask you, Dubravka, do we keep him or do we look for a keeper?
No, I think we need to definitely look for another keeper. I think he isn't that bad. I mean, it was a bit of a howler, the one he couldn't hold on to from that volley from Gundogan, but I think we definitely need another one. I think one we can a younger keeper that can start slowly, get us going. Yeah, give him a couple of games. I mean, we hope we're going to have a better cup runs next season round. So I guess there'll be enough chance for us to try out something new, eh?
Very much. We've got somebody coming on the fan forum who I think we need to give a round of applause to because of. No. Ryan, will you stop the fascination with Alex? It's like you're in love with the guy. He's not coming on tonight, right? He's moving over to Britain. He will not be on till probably next week now. So get a room and take some tissues and watch previous shows if that's what you want to do, Ryan. It's fine by me.
That one right here.
Anyway, this guy is celebrating a Bristol promotion, guys.
Oh my God!
Good evening, Annie.
Hey!
Up the Rovers,
up the gas.
Joey Barton. Hey.
Geordie Maradona and all that, Annie. How are you feeling this beautiful Tuesday night? Are you astounded at Bristol Rovers' performance?
One team in Bristol.
I'm glad I don't have any Rovers friends.
You don't have any Rovers friends, really?
You've got 7 here.
Are you that guy? Annie, are you really that guy that, like, if somebody supports Rovers, you say, I'm not friends with you, bugger off?
No, it's not like that. I just don't have any.
I mean, come on, credit where credit's due, Annie. They needed to win 7-0.
No.
With the help of the Geordie Maradona, you're still not going to praise them?
No.
Well, they'll be playing you in 2 seasons' time, won't they?
They'll probably play us next season if they stay up, that is.
Yeah, the Bristol Derby. Oh.
Sorry, 2 seasons' time.
Well, I did say 2 seasons, Annie. I mean, I was correct.
Yeah, you were.
So, I mean, Bristol must be buzzing now, considering, most of the Gas fans are on just elated. I mean, they were dancing in the streets. I saw them. It was all over social media.
No, I couldn't go to my local bakery. It was pathetic. It was utterly pathetic.
Hey,
I
need to get a custard slice.
I need my bread. You can't stop me from getting my bread. It's a basic human right. I'm starving without my bread. And they stopped it because it was shut down. These days.
How old are you? 60.
I do.
I do actually. Fresh baker's bread
exactly.
is better than store bought.
Oh, I expect that from a Cockney, but not a Bristolian.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Yeah,
I didn't realise I was Jason until then.
The new kind of setup. He's kind of half man, half wall. I don't understand quite what's going on there. Ronald wants to know why me and Billy are in Man United colours.
That's by Leverkusen.
That's by a Leverkusen, right? Far from, and Billy's wearing an Adidas top. Now, Billy is red and white, so you could technically say he's Sunderland, but we know he's not. We don't try to hide who we support like a certain other Bristolian man. Billy!
Ryan, get the tissues out, man.
I don't know where this show's gone. Oh, dear. Spider, thanks, Paul on Anderson. Thanks for the follow-up. You're welcome. Warren says, evening, Paul and panel. Hope everyone is well where we were, but I don't know what's going on with the Harley driver up the top there. Foxy says, if Joe Linton was injured, why would he be risked in every single game when we are safe? No one said he was injured after Norwich goals, but very poor game. He's injured. Listen,
we've got no midfielders.
But hang on, Foxy. If you look back at various videos on this channel, you'll see for months now I've said that Joe Linton's had a groin injury, and nobody can convince me otherwise. I didn't think he was that bad against Man City, but I did think, he wasn't at his best. But then again, you've got Sean Longstaff alongside him. I mean, what chance does the guy have? I mean, Ryan, Sean Longstaff?
Not for me. I feel like we just got to let him go and just. He's not at the level where we at right now and where we want to be. Unless he wants to actually be like a bottom of pecking order midfielder. Yeah, sure. But this is why I almost want the season to end now, because we're struggling now. We got 3 fit midfielders. I mean, well, 2 if you want to actually include Joe Linton not being like fit or not, but It's bad.
Ryan,
yeah,
are you wearing a France top?
That's what I was just going to say.
Got it today in the mail.
It's very strange for a Canadian to have something to do with the French, isn't it? I mean, considering half of Canada speaks French.
Well, I mean, I got my last name on it too.
Oh, of course.
Get a room.
It's like putting my second name on a Rovers top. Not going to happen, and it shouldn't happen.
Well, Annie, you're a closet magpie anyway. It doesn't matter.
I want good for Newcastle.
You can just shut up right now with you and your Newcastle strips hanging in the. It's nice to see you broadcasting from what looks like a living room tonight and not your toilet.
It actually is a living room.
I take it you're watching the game.
Yeah, I am actually.
Barbara says, "I want my mug." Well, you'll be able to purchase one, Barbara, as soon as they go up for sale. I can't wait for the hoodies. I want a mug too. I get the feeling that there's a lot of mugs going to be sold as soon as they go for sale, and so it's going to be interesting.
There's one above me.
Oh,
Ryan, that's a bit harsh, Annie. That's a bit harsh.
What's wrong with my France top? I literally have French background heritage in my family.
So does every certain Canadian on the planet, Ryan. You don't have to explain that.
I was pointing to Kitty, but okay.
Oh, let's go to Canada for a holiday, but we have to learn French because everyone's like, ooh la la.
A lot of Lebanese people where I live.
I love the garlic, Feckers. Hi, Paul and all. A coffee mug. I want one, indeed. To all the gang, what one player should leave in the summer and who would replace him? Sean Longstaff. Well, there's a few, actually. Billy, who would you say? Who would you say was top of the list to leave?
Chris Wood, and I'd replace him with a lamppost.
I think I'd replace him with level 7.
That's stretching it. Not having it. That's stretching it.
There's the tumbleweed. There's the tumbleweed.
Yeah, Jordan, what do you think of Chris Wood? I mean, does he impress you?
No,
a man drinking lager in a robe live on YouTube, right? Does he impress you?
Not at all. He just offers. He offers nothing, does he?
No.
There's just nothing from him.
What would you say to these people that say, well, he scored a couple of goals and we've stayed up, so he's justified the transfer fee?
£25 million is what it was. It 25, I think.
Yeah.
Just you could have spent £25 million in a lot better places than Chris Wood. Granted, he did weaken Burnley a bit. It was meant to weaken Burnley, but I think Weghorst done better for Burnley than what Chris Wood's done for us. So
it's funny though, isn't it? Because everybody said when Weghorst played his first game, everyone was saying, "Oh, he's a donkey," and then he went and scored a few goals. I don't understand.
He's not my cup of tea. I think a striker's definitely first on the list for
100%
for the summer.
Yeah, Renier, what were you going to say there? I
was going to say I would do with Chris Wood what Eddie Howe did with Joe Linton. I'll move him to the midfield. Maybe we can make a play out of him after all. How's about that?
Listen, we need a bit more mobility in midfield now, and I don't think Chris Wood is the man to give us that. Look, he may be a nice guy and all of this, but we have to face facts here, and we have to speak as we see it. I know there's some Chris Wood fans out there. I know there is, but listen, for me, he's just not good enough. Ian's is struggling, slagging off Woods not being able to finish. You sound like ASM. Indeed. Listen, he's got a point though. I mean, look, when you look and think, right, you look at Chris Wood playing on Sunday. He had that golden chance. It was a very, very good cross, Roy, from ASM, and put it either side of the goalkeeper and it's in. But again, he couldn't even head it properly. It came off his nose.
It's a big nose as well.
Well, the Toon review does not justify Roy Caviani's comments on Chris Wood's nose for legal purposes. I mean, he should have scored, shouldn't he?
He should have scored. And I didn't want to see it again because it hurts. But he wasn't the worst one on the pitch. There was somebody even worse.
And who was that, Roy?
Mr. Longstaff.
Yes.
I went blind. I couldn't find the bastard. I just couldn't find. Look what happened to my eyes, man. I couldn't find him.
Hey, did anybody hear else? Roy just swore. I mean, crazy. Listen, the only time I saw Longstaff on Sunday was on the team sheet. Didn't see him anywhere else.
He did that little twiddle in the middle of the park. And that was about it. The whole game.
Yeah. He's awful. Nothing. I think I would have had a tab walking around the pitch, and I probably would have passed the ball more times than he did. Absolute rubbish, man.
Didn't he only make one pass in the whole of the second half?
Well,
that's why
he touched the ball once in the second half.
That's why I was hoping Alex was on with his stats. I just wanted to see how many miles he covered, and I'm sure he
hang on. Whoa. Right. How many miles? Don't you mean how many yards he covered? Because it certainly wouldn't go into miles, mate. No way. Our midfield was poor. Toons says we got Wood because there was no one else available in the Premier. We need Premier proven, which he was for Burnley. No club would business with us unless they could rip our rip our pants down and drive. Now, you know what it is? I understand Toonza, but look, there is other players. There was other players available we could get, and people are going on about this Premier League proven. He hasn't exactly done that for us, has he? So we could have gone for a player a league down. Brereton Diaz, Mitrovic. Just somebody who's banging the goals in.
I think Diaz was injured at the time, though.
No,
he'd still do better than Wood.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. If we had Andy Carroll instead of Wood, he would have probably had more goals.
I agree with
that ball. Yeah. That ball, he wouldn't have
memories.
Yep.
Can I just?
If you look at both players, they're similar. They're slow, but I think Carroll would have scored.
Carroll's
more
way
goals
better than Chris Wood. I'd take Hostel over Chris Wood.
Who?
I generally would take Hostel over Chris Wood.
Well, Hostel's banging them in now.
What about Riviere?
Riviere got to have Riviere back. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I've seen who's doing behind back.
I had Leon Best, man.
Right, what is this? A memory show? Or are you trying to improve Newcastle United here?
Big chef
in the bloody time warp. Annie, what were you going to say?
Can I just say hindsight's great, but if we're talking about not being Premier League proven, because at the time, obviously Newcastle were in the relegation zone, they needed to get out of it. They needed goals then, and I thought Chris would have, get a decent amount of goals. He hasn't. So with hindsight, I'd probably say getting in a younger striker would probably cost slightly less, and maybe have more potential for the future. Would have been a better route to go down. But again, that is with hindsight.
I mean, I genuinely think one of the. Sorry, Billy, go on.
It's not just that; it's the system we play in. Chris Wood was never going to be suited to it, so it made no sense signing whatsoever.
Not after being alongside Barnes for so long in a 4-4-2. It just made no sense to me. And oh God, he's watching. Stato says rolls eyes and continues painting the office wall. Julie's right. Where's Stato? Ab says everyone knows Wood isn't Mbappe. Well, that's a fact. But staying in the Premier League was the plan, and we achieved that easy. Great effort from all.
Yeah, but we're talking about him as an individual footballer and striker.
Yeah. Look, I understand where Abs is coming from. And I said this. I think I said this yesterday.
Oh, I'm on that line too.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit there and say Chris Wood hasn't given any effort, because he has. He puts it in. He works his ass off like they all do. But it's just, he's not good enough. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Albie says, I reckon Maxi's getting sold in the summer for the good of the team, as House says. Somebody put in the comments below as well. What did we think of Eddie Howe's comments today? What did he say?
What?
I haven't seen any comments.
I haven't seen nothing.
I think he's on about overhauling the squad, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be interesting, because 1 minute he said at the beginning of the weekend that, there wasn't going to be much done, and now he's saying there's a squad overhaul. I think it's a wake-up call, to be honest, Jason, to most of the coaching staff and the owners.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
A man of many words on a Tuesday night.
I know. You just got me started on Chris Wood. I'll just have a load of Chris Wood anger.
Try and forget him, Jason. Try and put him at the back of your mind, mate.
2 goals in 16. That's all you need to know.
Scott says Maxi is not a team player, so he will be sold. Ian says we have 8 players in the squad from the 2016 promotion squad. I reckon there's players to go before ASM.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah, but the problem is
Matt Ritchie and like Almiron and Murphy need to go before ASM.
Yeah, but the problem is who will buy them? And you know, we can say we'll
get 20 million max for those championship players altogether. 20 million, I reckon. 10 to 20 million.
Ooh.
Well, we got like 8 players to sell.
I think
it'll be worth like 3 to 5 million.
Yeah, I agree, Billy. I agree with you on that. I think there's conversations already going on about paying contracts off, because some of those contracts that were given under the previous regime we know are absolutely ludicrous. Just crazy amounts of money, crazy contract length, and it's put us and the new owners in a hell of a situation where I think you're right, Billy. They're going to have to turn around and say, right, this is it. We have to get rid of players, and the only way we're going to do that, if the interest isn't coming in, is by mutual termination. Renier, I mean, do you think there'll be much interest in the Deadwood at Newcastle?
It's an interesting question, because I'm not sure, how many teams are going to look at it and say, okay, we're not going to overpay, we're going to try and underpay for some of the Deadwood. But I mean, there are definitely players in there. The question is just, where are you going to ship them off to? I mean, even if you talk about ASM, everybody's following and they know he's a good player, he's got skills. But I mean, if you look at him and his attitude and the stuff he said lately, probably not a lot of people are going to want to pick him up. But as far as Richie, I mean, Dammit just signed, otherwise he would have probably also been out the door. Long stuff. I'm sure we'll be able to ship them off, and I think better get a little bit of something than nothing from those players.
Renier, are you in South Africa?
I'm not. I am South African, but I'm in Vienna.
You're in Jesus Christ, these South Africans get about. Are you like, obviously you know who Cesare is, one of my mods, who he's a great guy. He's in South Africa. Do you have any experience of great white shark wrestling?
Not at all. No, I didn't grow up on the coast.
No?
In inland. No, I was born
so you don't walk about like Cesare with them sort of, sleeveless vests and say, I'm the Steve Irwin of shark wrestling. You know what I mean?
No,
probably earns good money. It probably earns good money.
I'm sure he does. But I'd rather be in Europe earning the euros than the rand.
Well, I'd rather be in Europe than staring a great white shark in the face. But it's a job for him. He has to do it.
Somebody's got to do it, right?
Well, he does. He has to keep the great white shark numbers.
The population steady.
Yeah, keep it steady over there, and stop biting people's asses off and all that kind of thing. Ronald, I don't know if your comment here has been sarcastic, but if it's not sarcastic, then you need to really go and have take your face for something brown. Wood was unlucky. The ball came at him too fast.
It was like a carbon copy of the chance that he had against Everton. He just passed it straight to the keeper.
Yeah. That's what he normally does, though, doesn't he? It's normally like the power on his head isn't shots. It's like back passes.
I mean, we all praised him for the goal against Southampton, but that was a similar easy chance to the one he's missed against Everton and Man City, in my opinion.
Indeed, yeah.
To be fair, Billy, the Southampton chance was a harder chance because the ball was coming at him with a bit more pace on there.
Different angle, different.
He had to run for it.
The ball was actually curling away from him against Southampton. Remember, so from where he got the header, Gary says, I don't rate Wood at all, but he's helped achieve 6 points. Wolves and Southampton.
Yeah,
he has, but I mean, this one might give us 15 points.
Exactly. That's the point. Exactly. Maxi only has forward mode. He can't track back at all. I don't think that's Maxi's job. And to be honest, terrible crackling. It's bloody Jordan opening his cans of bloody Red Stripe or whatever he's drinking, laying back in his bloody black robe.
Stella, not Red Stripe.
Well, I did that. I'm just naming a lager off the top of my head, mate.
All of the lagers are available to purchase.
Yes, that is right. Other lagers are available to purchase. But if anyone to sponsor the channel, get in touch. No problem. Judging by the rabble I've got in this fan forum, I'm sure we can send a few cans out everywhere. Let's have a look. Ash says sell Doobs and get Henderson. Man City vented their frustration on us after losing out in the Champions League final, as if it has been Burns at Chelsea and Everton, if I remember right. Andre Onana from... Is that supposed to be Ajax?
Yeah, it's meant to be Ajax.
Heard John said he's going to Inter.
John would say anyone's going to somebody's going to play in Italy. Well, slap me with a trout.
It's always
unbelievable.
It's specifically always the Milan clubs too.
It's either Milan or Man United. That's it. No else.
Hey, can you just imagine though if we signed Onana? Can you just know what the fans would be singing?
What's the name?
What's his name? Onana. Yeah.
Especially if we signed Cucurella as well to play on the left back.
Ronald says, get another one like it was that simple. Ronald, I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I'm lost. Annie's back. I wish I could get David on. I really want David to get on, but I can't get him. There's something wrong with his... Anyway, Rochi says, sick of getting trumped by City. Still no win at the Empty-Had. Need another keeper without a doubt. Need to push dudes back to top form. Acknowledge me, still try to spell Ajax, but is having an absolute nightmare. Stiff Gator says, sell Darlow Woodman, keep Dubravka's back up and sign a new keeper. I think we should bring in a young goalkeeper who can fight and compete for that number 1 shirt, someone like Lafont. There's a lot of goalkeepers around, actually, Roy, isn't there?
Yeah, but I don't think that should be the priority at the moment.
Really?
I think we should go for... We need 2 positions. An engine, centre midfield, and a striker. But I think centre midfield is the more important position.
There is a mistake in Dubravka, though, isn't there? I mean, no matter how good he is at shot stopping, thanks, Annie. No matter how good he is at shot stopping, he is prone to a mistake.
Yeah, but it seems it only happens when he's got Lascelles in front of him. But when he's got
that is a good point there. Yeah,
and communication has gone, and Lascelles, he's another long stuff. Really, he's just big, muscly, somebody with a low IQ. That's what it looks like.
Roy, I'm getting worried about you. You're starting to describe men in a very personal way.
Okay, he's a big lump. That's what he is.
I bet he is. Mohammed says, Erling Haaland's father played for Man City Yes, we know that, Mohammed. Thank you very much. Oh, my God, Annie has a cuckoo clock. Is that right?
I did.
Yeah.
I moved.
Why is it embarrassing cuckoo clock? Like, does it swear?
It just goes...
Does it like get to the hour and it goes, cuckoo, fuck off, cuckoo, fuck off?
I had to mute my mic several times so it didn't have to go off.
Or does it not
so
just come out and go, cuckoo, Bristol Rovers, cuckoo, Bristol Rovers? Yeah, hang your head in shame, Annie. The Rovers are coming. They're approaching, taking over.
They're
City.
Literally still 1 league below us. They're literally
but they play better football than you, so
they don't. They literally.
They really do, Annie.
We have the 5th best attack in the league.
Where did you finish?
That don't matter.
Just remind me where you finished in the table, Annie.
We finished 17th.
Oh, with the 5th best strike force in the league.
I mean, we do have the 5th best strike force in the league.
What about the defense?
Less so.
How's Danny Simpson, by the way?
I released him ages ago. Thank God.
Warren says Wood is not the answer for us going forward. Should scored that chance. He won't be first choice next season as being getting better quality striker in, hopefully. Jordan, will Callum Wilson start on Monday night? Try not to think about it too much, mate.
I'll be disappointed if he doesn't. My mic was muted. I've got kids running in and out. I'll be disappointed if he doesn't start. He offers more than Chris Wood does.
Yeah.
In attacking options. I mean, even if he just plays the first hour, 60 minutes, if he's still not totally fit, rather than risk getting him injured again, I think he's a much better option than Chris Wood going forward.
See, I was a little surprised he didn't actually do that on Sunday. You know, playing for 55, 60 minutes. You know, if he's fit enough to be on the bench and he's fit enough to get an hour out of him, and he probably would have scored that bloody header and all.
I thought the same.
Yeah, but I think he'll start on Monday night. I mean, dare I say, Chippers, do you think you'd ever go 2 up top with Wood and Will? Are we boring you, Chippers?
No, I've had a long day at work. I've been on a course today.
Right,
so...
yeah. And summer's job again?
No, a petrol and fuel course for my garage. That's why.
Terrible. Anyway,
I can't say why he might. What was that? He might play. Sorry, he might play two up front. There's not. But I mean, he might have a go. I mean, although I think he'll play 4-3-3. He'll play Wilson up front just to get mitts into him. I think he'll look more lively against Arsenal's defence because their defence is still eligible to be got at. So you have a bit of pace about them. And obviously, Chris Wood's got nothing about him, so you might as well play the person who's got something about him. I mean, Wilson done more than 20 minutes than Wood in his 15 games, so you might as well play him.
Yeah. 16 games, just to rub it in.
Not like you're counting Jason or anything.
No. Not that I actually just looked up and see 2 goals in 16 appearances.
I definitely think you've got a crush on him, Jason, or something, because you
crush him, yeah.
Yeah. ASM is outstanding. Can't see why everyone bashing him. He needs our love and support and backing. We all know he baffles every team he plays against. Teams cannot work him out. I'm not sure whether Toons has been sarcastic or not, to be honest. It's very difficult to tell. Tom's a serious question, Annie. Elliot Anderson needs to step up. Perhaps a championship loan. Would you take him at Ashton Gate? That is an interesting question, actually, because obviously he's well and truly in the hearts of the Rovers fans. And can you imagine their reaction if he went on loan to bloody City next season?
It's already happened once because obviously we are the better club. But I think it all depends on one deal, to be honest. If our attacking midfielder gets sold, then we'll be in the market for an attacking midfielder. Will it be Elliot Anderson? I don't know, because I think we're looking for a permanent deal more than a loan deal. So, and obviously we're not going to afford Anderson. I can't see him at Ashton Gate. Can't see him at City. Probably, maybe a smart team like a Huddersfield, maybe for Luton or a Nottingham Forest. One of them. If one of them don't go up this season, I can see one of them getting them. To be honest, I just can't see us. It's just purely because we already have a fixed player there who's not gonna go no matter who comes in. So I can't see
very
it.
True. Billy, you've attracted the attention of Emil Kraft. He's in the chat tonight. Good evening, Emil. Mrs. Toon Review says Billy's practicing for the Christmas Toon Review calendar. Jesus wept. Like that is not
a good idea.
No, well, actually, Roy, what we should do is actually get a fan forum Christmas calendar because there's more obvious. I mean, Chippers. I mean, God knows. I mean, God knows. It really, God knows.
I might scar a few people for life personally, but never mind if people.
I mean, Jordan's already posing tonight. You know, in his robe.
You know, that was coming. Honestly, as soon as you mentioned that,
he's in his robe. You know, I mean, Roy's just got the. He's got the silver fox beard, hasn't he? You know, he'd be
Christmas look.
I've got big pink speedos as well.
No. Do you know what it is? As much as I hate to admit, he probably actually has, which is a serious worry. Barbara's joining us. Good evening.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Can you hear me tonight?
Yes,
we can.
We can. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Yeah. Not has Annie gone again? Honestly, his connection's shocking. Like
he's on the toilet, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's on the toilet, isn't he?
I have the solution to Chris Wood.
Go on then. What the hell is that?
Chucky.
Is that Chucky in a Toon top?
Yep.
That is awesome.
Oh my God. Right, Barbara, that is quite good. But also what comes across into my mind is why?
Because Chucky would do a much better job than Chris Wood.
Oh, Jason, you need to give it up, man. Just sleep with him.
Never!
Barbara, what did you think of the game on Sunday? Did you expect that? Have you moved on from it? Are you not too bothered?
I probably would have got probably 2-1 loss
Yeah.
That's what I thought you would have had. I thought you would have put a better fight.
Yeah, the second half was disappointing, wasn't it? I mean, it just standing off them like we did. Jason says, Billy, you've won your first ever Sinclair Award. Oh, we'll have to tune in for that one. Jess says, reminds me of the Full Monty. Jesus Christ. Sometimes I wonder where this fan forum show goes, you know. It's Andrew says, let's guess the price of the mugs.
Oh, yeah, I want my mug.
Yeah, don't worry. They will be.
I think I know. I think
they'll be on sale by the end of the week.
You
want
£6.10?
Yes, £6.10.
I think. Yeah,
I can guarantee them more than £6.10. Hey, we've got to get them printed. We've got to get them shipped in. We've got to get them shipped out again. Give us a break. You know, this is. You know, me and Susan are hoping that, I'm hoping that this whole thing takes off, so Susan can actually work for the Toon Review full time. But you know, she's working her ass off in the background trying to get these all sorted. She's doing an incredible job, and hats off to her, because I tell you what, her designing skills she knew nothing about designing or anything and technical stuff when I met her, but she's watched it all on YouTube. She's learned herself. Sorry,
that's very impressive.
Yeah, she's learned it all herself. And you know, she's done a cracking job, and it's not easy. Trust me, when you're trying to find decent prices, because there's people out there who just want to rip your balls off, quite frankly. So yeah, Stato says we've got to replace Hendrick and Hayden before we replace Longstaff. That's a good point. I mean, Jason, will you be sad to see Hendrick go?
I will. I mean, I think Hendrick is amazing. Even he scores as a striker.
Hendrick.
He does.
Hendrick is woeful.
Right excuses.
Listen, Annie, you're in no position to say any player's woeful when you support Bristol City.
Right? Do you know why I'm saying that? Do you know why I say about Hendrick?
Why?
Because I read a report this morning. We're after him.
Yes! Yes!
10 million quid, anyone's money.
It'll be.
on the three.
He'll do a hell of a job for you, Annie. A hell of a job.
Please stop. He's so bad.
You know what? Jason will agree with me. He'll do a job in the Championship for a lowly team like Bristol City, won't he, Jason?
Oh, he'll definitely take you down to the lower deck.
Yeah.
Honestly,
down there.
Honestly, whenever I've chatted to my QPR friend, all he's ever banged on about is how bad Jeff Hendrick is. How bad he is. And QPR, since he's joined, QPR have been woeful.
And is this like when we banged on how bad Steve Bruce was, but you said he was a good manager?
I'm just using my logic, your logic against you.
Yes, and by the way, guys, we do owe Maggot an apology, because we said Vigos was too old. So VAR has retracted those comments. Clark Gale, both Longstaffs fed, and who's gone now? Who's gone
Renier.
now? Renier. Oh, Vienna must have poor problems over there with broadband. Conrad says Leeds will be relegated. How should make Rafinha our top target?
I'd take him.
You talk about attitude. Cost.
What is going to Barca?
Yeah, but I think we'd go for Phillips first before anybody at Leeds, to be honest. I think he'd do a tremendous job. Billy, I mean, you know, you look at somebody like him. I mean, him against Longstaff, there's no comparison, is there?
No, it's not in day. A regular England international, and rightly so, against someone that would struggle to get the San Marino side. No comparison.
Jordan, would you be upset if we offered ASM for Paqueta?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think Paqueta's more of a team player. Max is all about himself. Like the comments he gave to the French magazine and stuff the other week just prove that he thinks he's bigger than everyone else in the team, and I don't think that's the kind of team players will want in the team.
One thing that worries me is with that you talk about the comments there, and Ryan.
Yeah.
Speaking of French, just because you're Canadian, you may as well live in France. But he makes those comments, right? Then says that we're taken out of context. Now, if it was a different country or, someone who didn't speak the same language, I could understand that. But he comes back and says it was taken out of context, despite it being a French magazine. Who do you believe here? Do you believe he said it? Do you believe he said it in the manner he said it? Or was he just trying to say, look, it's blatantly obvious that we need better players, and he wasn't being disrespectful?
I think it's a bit of both, honestly. Like, I feel like, I don't know why he's talking to a magazine to begin with. They're always going to put out of context headlines. Like, players should stay away from those companies and like anything. But I feel like, yeah, maybe it was out of context. He should have done better. But I could also see where he's coming from. But it's not the time. You shouldn't be saying that at all. Like, that's just my opinion. But like, I see where he's coming from.
Whoa, hang on. What just happened there?
He just jumped into a.
What the hell?
Did anyone else just see that? He flashed up in a white t-shirt and then he just flashed immediately. What the hell happened there?
Don't let Sinclair see you in that top, honey.
Strangers.
Me?
Sinclair will love that.
Right, honestly.
Who the hell's that?
I don't know. There's some goggly boot going on. We've got the ghost in again. Proudlock. He's here again. Kevin says, I don't know why Eddie didn't give Gale the run out in the last few games after we were safe. It'll improve his sell-on value, and he's got to be better than Wood. Well, funny enough, did anyone see me on the with the Loaded Lads last Wednesday on their channel?
I was planning on watching it.
Also,
we know who the mole was. What the hell is that noise?
That's coming from.
We know who the mole was. Starts going again.
Sounds like someone.
It's your AirPods.
Yeah, somebody's got tough AirPods going on here.
What do you mean the mole? Mole of what?
The mole who spread all that crap about it was leaking stuff to the press. It was found out to be Dwight Gale. And by the way, just for legal purposes, that's come from Martin from Loaded Mag. So if anyone wants to, he said a lot of things last Wednesday that will probably get him arrested anyway. So evening, Martin. And by the way, some of the Loaded Lads are on with us tomorrow night. Should be a great show. That 1 week on ours, 1 week on theirs. It's a great bunch of lads and a good laugh. Go and get yourself subscribed. Their channel link is down in the description as well. Andrew says, New Zealand do not make good footballers. My first thought when I heard we signed Wood, stick to rugby. Well, some of his shooting, he could actually, well, that wouldn't be hard enough to get over the bar anyway, would it? Stu, in his drunken rage, he says, look, man, stop effing bleating about Chris Wood. We still have 8 players who won the effing championship in this team, man. Stu, calm, mate. I know you've had a, just, I mean, I wonder if he's sitting there drinking in his robe as well tonight, Jordan. It seems to be the done thing. Maybe you've set a trend.
I wouldn't blame him.
Well, Andy Carroll would play much better for us than Wood does. Even when we were shite, Carroll was always trying.
What for the 20 seconds you would play every week?
Say that, yeah.
Oh, Jurgen Klopp's twisting on the touchline. What a surprise. Mitrovic would have scored more than Wood. Be honest, much more goal aware. Yeah, he would have. I've got no doubt about that. What?
2-1 Liverpool.
It is indeed. Who scored that?
Mane.
Again.
Oh, Alan St. Mane.
The new ASM. The new ASM. Dan says, when we got Chris Wood, we could have gotten Nketiah for 10 million. Billy, you're a big fan of his?
I think he's going to be a terrific player, I really do. And I'd love to see him progress at Newcastle United, because I think, honestly, he's going to be a special player.
Yep.
Yeah.
Carl says, ball boy behind Dubravka's goal touched the ball more times than Longstaff. Toon Sean says the difference between Wood and Wilson was so plain to see. Wilson's movement and aggression was so good. We've definitely missed him. Maxi sold in the summer, fingers crossed. Renier, there was a difference, obviously, when Callum Wilson was on the pitch, wasn't there? He's making diagonal runs and very easy for the midfielders to pick him out.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a class player, and I'm so glad we have him, and he's back to fitness. I would also give him a run out. He just knows what to do. He's got the confidence. I think he's raring to go after being out for so long.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know we speak a lot about Chris Wood, but at the end of the day, to come back to that, we spent 100 million. We hit four out of 5 good ones. So Chris Wood, I mean, we can hang on to him for a bit, but we definitely need to get a couple more strikers in, because I think Callum Wilson can do it. But if he's going to pick up another knock or two, it's going to be really bad for us if we've got nobody to really step up in quality. But yeah, Callum Wilson, as you say, you can't complain, man. What a player.
True.
100%.
Yeah, definitely. Statos here to prove us all wrong again. Wood was proven in a 4-4-2 with a certain style. It was always a gamble seeing if he could play this 4-3-3 in a different kind of team. Not great, but at least he's contributed to points along the way.
Bloody heck, is that Stato sticking up for Chris Wood?
Well, Stato works on nothing but stats, remember. He's a very statistical kind of guy. Barbara, what do you think of Chris Wood? Are you a fan?
No, I'm not. That's terrible.
Who do you want to? I mean, is there a striker you'd think, off the top of your head, who you'd like to see come in next season?
I don't think we get that Arsenal player now. I think he's playing too well for Arsenal. Is it?
Nketiah, yeah.
Yeah, Nketiah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can mix it with him and Ekiteki.
Ekiteki? Somebody mentioned Ekiteki? Yeah.
Well,
he's gone off the boil this season.
He's gone off the scope now, yeah?
Yeah, he has. He's not playing. He's not playing too well. Roy, any connections out there who you have any, ear to the ground?
I've heard we're after somebody called Pedro, who plays in Flamengo in Brazil.
Right.
So that's what I've heard. But let's see. He was apparently playing in I think in Fiorentina last season on loan.
Yeah.
And then he went back, so I'm not sure. He's big and tall and fast.
I'm sure you mentioned him last week. Have you got no new names for us, right? You're supposed to be the scout in the Middle East there for the Toon Review, and you keep coming back with the same name. And Chris Wood selfies.
I know. But what I know is there's about 15 agents working for PIF at the moment, looking for players everywhere. So I'm not worried. I'm going to be excited in the summer. So I'm sure they'll get us 4 or 5 players at least.
Yeah. Abs says Stato, just keep painting and put some music on. Joe Linton was worse than Wood for return of goals and games played. Maybe he should go to defensive. No, we've already suggested that.
No, he's gotten.
So Longstaff should have that time also. Trolls, you not agree? Going off that context. Chris Wood to be a goalkeeper next season, 20 plus clean sheets a season. Oh dear.
Paul, I'm going to go.
Where you going, like?
You're not going to shoot this time?
We'll make like banana and split.
That's a good. Eat your banana and split. Right. Take care, mate. We'll see you next week.
That's nice.
Good night, bud.
See you, chippers.
Peace out.
Ryan, you were just in time to say goodbye after he'd gone. And did you see? Can I just say, like, did you see Ryan's little face light up when he saw Stato was in the comments? I mean, he was just gleaming like the sun on a lovely summer's morning, just rising over the hills with a big beam and glow. Never mind.
Wow.
David says, if I can find some headphones, Paul, I'll pop on. I'll pop back on. If not, I'll definitely be on for next week. No problem, mate. No problem. We've got the gangland leader, Mr. Sales, in the house. Gary says nobody come in for any of our players in the January transfer window. Very true. We are ungrateful fan base at times. If you were asked in December, we signed Wood for 24 million. He scores 2 and we stay up. Every single one of you would have taken it. Well, of course we would have taken it, Foxy, but it doesn't mean that we're going to sit there. I'm not going to sit here and praise Chris Wood and say he's a great footballer and he's done great for us because he's shite. I'm sorry, but that's the bottom line. He is useless. And, for all he scored 2 goals for us, yes, we're staying up. It doesn't break away from the fact that the man is useless. He is not a Premier League striker, in my opinion, or certainly where we want to be as a football club. And that's what we're looking to next season. He's just not a footballer. He's as much use as a
oak tree,
a nun's vagina, something like that. Just as much use.
Had to go there.
Dan says the Cabbage wants Gale and Darlow at West Brom. Richie and Hayden may go to Bournemouth. It's the likes of Clark Hendrick, etc. that would be tricky to shift. I think Fulham would be a good move for Isaac Hayden. Billy?
Fulham
muted.
Bill, you muted.
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry. Hayden's Fulham. Yeah, I think I'd prefer to keep him ahead of Longstaff, to be honest. I think he offers way more than Sean Longstaff does.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I think he's got. Yeah.
I heard Fulham wanted Musa. Musa Sissoko today, so I don't know. They might choose. I know. I was surprised too. But
wow,
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. Marco Silva needs a good look in the mirror if he wants Sissoko. Christ almighty.
Marco Silva went from wanting Milinkovic-Savic to Musa Sissoko, in the space of a week.
Yeah. Indeed. Paul, what's in your drink? Blue Wicked? No, it's not Blue Wicked, Josh. It's actually coffee. Foxy says January isn't easy to sign players, especially when everyone knew he had money. We all wanted Zapata. He's been injured pretty much most of the year, so things could have been a lot worse. Well, they could have been, yeah, of course it could. I think Cesare has been hit by a shark. Okay. Apparently he's got concussion. Cesare for me is suffering now. I mean, I don't know whether it is the amount of sharks he's wrestled and how many times he's been hit in the face by a shark's tail. That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. And it's caused him to forget things. I mean, sometimes he comes on and he comes into the group chat and says that, I've missed a show. I'm sorry. And we're like, Cesare, there's been no show on. I don't know whether he's just, it could be heat stroke over there in South Africa. I don't know. I mean, it gets hot over there, Renier, doesn't it?
Indeed, but it's going into winter right now, so that can't be an excuse.
But listen, winter in South Africa is still the same as like our summer, to be fair.
It's true. Yeah. Can't complain. It's true. It's cold in the mornings and at night, but otherwise sun is shining.
Cold. Yeah, it's terrible. That those cold nights in South Africa, 18 to 20 degrees. My God, it must be terrible.
Tell me about cold weather.
Oh yeah,
listen, Mountie boy, just be quiet. Damien says, here man, me nana had a magpie clock where I a cuckoo clock and she painted it to look like a mag. Thanks for making me recall a lush memory, lads. You're welcome, Damien. Ryan says, for the price we get for ASM, say 35 million, there is better out there, maybe not as talented run with the ball, but more productive with the ball. Jason, what do you think it is about ASM that he can't shoot when he's running at pace? I don't know, has anybody else noticed that? But when he's cutting in and he's running at pace, he can't control the football when he shoots.
Yeah, he's just got no end product. I think there's another player who reminds me of. I'm just trying to think who he is. He was great on the ball, but as soon as he picked up speed, he just lost full control over everything. It's the same with ASM. I think he needs to get his head up more and look to find those passes before knowing that he can go on a run or whatever. Because countless times we've seen he could put players through on goal, but he's gone to just take it all on himself and lose the ball.
Yeah,
we've seen clips of even when Callum Wilson was fit. He's just having a go at ASM when he's clearly there to have the ball put to him. I think it annoys me most times at being selfish. It's just when you see the lineups, you see ASM there, you're thinking the result's going to determine which ASM turns up. Is it going to be that selfish ASM, or is it going to be the ASM that puts in a world-class performance?
I'd like to see him have a go on the right-hand side. I mean, you think about the assists against West Ham at home, Spurs at home. Yeah. Spurs at home, the chance Sunday, all come from right-wing crosses. Give him a go on the right.
He's not selfish on the right.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Ronald says the two need to try for the FA Cup and the Milk Cup. The Milk Cup?
Showing your age there, Ronald.
1985 was the last Milk Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And if I do believe that final was between Norwich and Sunderland. By the way, I'd just like to say congratulations to Sunderland on winning the Champions League last night. Fantastic. I mean, honestly, massive celebrations for Sunderland. The way they went on, Champions League, you wouldn't think it was a League One playoff semi-final. But congratulations to our friends down the road. I mean, once again, they've got to go to Wembley and suffer another humiliating defeat at the hands of Wycombe Wanderers when big... Addy, what's he called? Addy Akinfenwa.
Akinfenwa.
Adebayo.
He scored. He scored his only goal in the Championship last season against guess who?
It wasn't Sunderland by any chance, was it?
Bristol City.
The Championship.
Oh no, Bristol City, of course. Bristol City, yes. Well, that's I don't. It doesn't really surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah, right. Jordan, looking forward to the Arsenal game on Monday. How do you think we'll get on?
I think it'll be closer than what last weekend's was. I don't know. It's going to be a tough game. The Arsenal's playing all right, aren't they? They're not doing too bad. I think Enquiries looks really, really good now, so we're going to have a bit of a tough time with him.
I wonder if Enquiries will... if Eddie will just have a word with him as he's running on the pitch and have a good game tonight, Eddie, and show us what you can do, because the new owners are sitting up there, just with a bit of cash.
Well, he's free and all, isn't he? So
yeah.
He is
at the minute. I mean, it depends. It depends if he wants a future at Arsenal, because Arsenal could turn around to him and say, "Oh, yeah, you're in our plans for next season," but then all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure Arsenal are going to be in the market in the summer for a world-class striker. I'm under no illusion about that. So
they can have Wood.
They're both.
They can have Wood. Yes, it's a good idea. Roy, how would you feel about Chris Wood leaving Newcastle, being so pally with him?
You're on mute.
Oh my God, the amount of mutes tonight.
No, I've had to put people on mute because there's a horrible noise in the background coming from somewhere. So, if I just had to mute a few people.
He should go, but I don't think they'll get rid of him when he's still got a year left on his contract. Is it a year or 2 more years?
Who?
Wood.
Oh Jesus! Don't say 2. I'll cry.
I think I'll join you.
I think it was 2.5 years.
We'll have a national day of mourning if I find out that he's got another 2 years to go.
Thing is, he's going to have to become the third striker in the packing order. So Wilson is the second, and whoever we sign is the top one, or even 4. Yeah, even 4. But we need to get rid of about 5 or 6 players if you want to move forward.
Yeah,
definitely.
Paul and Jason, you should have joined me when I found out we were giving Danny Simpson a new contract last year.
Annie, you're as bad with Danny Simpson as Jason is with Chris Wood. I think there's
I hate him with a passion.
Absolute connection there, and I think you should just get a room and get it over with.
Premier League.
I think Jeff Hendrick's going to be a world beater next season. Come on, under house training.
Rochi says Hendricks will be Bristol City's best player. £40 million, and you can have him.
Dream on.
Fair enough. Wagner, good evening. I talked shit about ASM's last game, but after seeing more of it, I think he was better than I gave him credit for.
Yeah. PD Proudwell gave him a 1 out of 10. I mean, he was having a laugh there.
He gave him a what now?
Peter gave ASM 1 out of 10.
A 1 out of 10?
Against Man City. Yeah.
And Mr. Proudlock, if you're watching, I request that you come on for the last 10 minutes of this show so me and you can have a chat. A chat.
You heard
about various things. Wow. Wow. So what? Just on comparison, what did he give to Miggy?
I forget. I was just blown away by 1 out of 10, and I just thought about it so much. I'm like, how can you give this guy a 1 out of 10? He's
because if he gave Miggy more than Saint-Maximin, then
yeah, I know what you mean there.
Big problem.
Oh no, I have to go check quickly.
Foxy says, great deal for Leon if they get ASM. Paqueta can be replaced easily with another South American for them. They've done it for years.
Yeah, because I think their sporting director's like Brazilian or some shit.
Andrew, good evening.
Evening, lads. You all right?
Yeah. Nice you to join us for the last 10 minutes, matey. How are you doing?
Good. I just want to say, Ryan's just said that. He's just threw Proud Luck under the bus and said that he gave him a 1. He was on NFTV on Sunday, and he said that ESM was our best player. So I hope he's watched it back.
I still stand by. He's our best player on Sunday.
Peter said that. Or Ryan said that.
No, Ryan said on Sunday that ESM was our best player.
I think he was.
Yeah,
I think he was as well.
I think he was. Yeah. I still stand by. I think.
Who do you think it was, Andrew?
None of them. I'll be honest. There wasn't many.
Comment, like, I wouldn't.
None of them. Probably the ref. But we couldn't really pick anybody of the all as bad as each other on Sunday, weren't they? Really.
Oh hell, 100%.
I knew Andy would give me stick as soon as he came on.
But I can't give it ASM though. However.
Well, listen, ASM was probably our most. Well, how can I put this?
Their biggest threat that game.
Entertaining.
Yeah, he was. He was our biggest threat, and you could tell that because Man City were crapping themselves when he was running at them. But we didn't get it. We didn't get it. Second half, we may as well have just not bothered. I mean, we may as well have just gone into Man City's change room, shook their hands, and said, "See you, lads. We're away. We're not having this," because that's quite clearly what they went out in the second half and done. They just bent over and said, "There you go. Stick it right up there and hammer us." And that's exactly what they did.
He created 3 excellent chances, didn't he, ASM? Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, I mean, Chris Knowles hadn't gone in the way. Joe Linton would have scored from that cross.
Chris Wood knows he should have scored that chance.
Oh, I see what you did there.
He was poking his nose in where it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely, Roy.
Barbara, can I just ask you, do you think Joe Linton's carrying a knock? Do you think he's got a bit of a groin problem?
Yeah, he didn't seem to be in the game at all.
He hasn't been for a while, though, has he?
No.
Because he does seem to be. He does seem to be sort of. Well, I don't know. He's picking these little knocks up throughout the game, isn't he? He's sort of his shin, his groin, his knee. I just don't think he's fully fit.
Everybody was poor in that game, though. You know, in fairness.
Yeah, he was, and I mean, listen, we can't say much against Big Joe because I mean, you know, he's ran his ass off this season without a doubt.
Player of the season this year, do you reckon, Paul?
Well, Andrew, you see, I'm not commenting on that until we do our awards show because I want Stato on the show when we do our awards because I have a feeling that man's going to have a volcanic eruption in his brain because I know Danielle will probably go against everything that Stato stands for when she gives out our awards, and I'm sure Billy's got some interesting ratings. So. It's going to be a good show, that, to be honest, because I think we'll actually see Stato have a meltdown. Can you message Paul that connection noise is really bad? Yeah, no, Julie, I think I've solved it. Do you want to know who the worst knocking noise was coming from? The man in the robe. But since I've put him on mute and let him have a bit of a drink and a catalogue pause again, he's quieting down. It's not your fault, Jordan. Don't worry. It's just sometimes. Have you got? You've got the AirPods in, haven't you? Oh, that'll explain it then. If you're going just off your phone, what you need to do is keep your hands away from your lower half of your body and just drink, because people can hear what you're doing otherwise.
He's sunburned.
Oh, I've got him. He's gone red. Look,
I was already
he's embarrassed. He's gone. I've got him.
Is he surrendering or is he finished?
That's bright red when I come on.
Just keep your hands.
Listen, for a ginger, you've gone even redder than you normally are, Jordan. I'm telling you. Yes,
I like it.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'll put it on. I'll put it on the computer next week. If I come on next week, I'll put the computer on there.
If you come on, what are you trying to say? Like, you just like. Are you like Chesney Hawks, like a one-hit wonder?
The amount of stick I've had, I didn't have. I'm coming back.
So it didn't tell me you didn't expect any stick tonight, especially when I got as soon as the show started, I got a text message from Susan saying, "Good luck with the show and best of luck with Jordan." So that really just had a prior warning.
I've been on my best behaviour.
No, I've noticed. Well, apart from the rumblings in the background,
the family sat downstairs watching, so I've had to be on the best behaviour.
Yeah, so he's basically lying in a robe, drinking lager with watching us on his phone, and the hub on his computer.
I haven't got no tissues like Ryan, though.
Oh, give up! No. Jason says, Stato's right. Wood has only played in a 2 up front, totally different 4-3-3. Of course, Stato's right. God forbid that anybody says that he's wrong. Evening, Alex. Lee says, why so much hate for ASM? I get that he doesn't track back, but he's electric on his day.
Exactly, on his day.
On his day. When was the last time Maxi was on his day? Everton at home? Yes.
Everton.
Yeah.
They're a bit like EBS, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't happen. He's got to be more consistent. If he wants to win Ballon d'Ors and all of this crap that he keeps talking about, then he's got to improve. He's got to have a final ball. You know, either he scores or he puts most of these shots on target rather than going wide or powder puff shots. You know, he's got to. I mean, one of them will fly in eventually. Julie's giving me.
It was coincidental though that he did say something in through the week, and then Wood doesn't finish that chance because we've been criticising the SM for his crossing, and then he does that.
Yeah. Joe Linton, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, hi, Paul, Jason, Annie, Salmon Man, Billy, and the... Who's Salmon Man?
He's referring to me because of my pink hoodie I have.
Oh. Okay. Scotty says, I like the look of Trossard. I think he'd be a good fit and a realistic sign. I like Trossard at Brighton. He's a good player.
I'll take him over ESM.
Would you?
His stats are always better than ESM's, and when he plays for Belgium, you see an improvement in him.
Yeah, granted. Every time I've seen Trossard play, I've been impressed, I have to say. John says there's going to be times when we sign players and for whatever reason it just doesn't work out. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. There's no problem with that. I mean, listen, even Fergie signed players that didn't work out. I mean, who was that goalkeeper?
Taibbi,
yeah, but Barthez as well didn't exactly fill himself with glory. How many mistakes did Barthez make? Diago says this summer you will see a lot of younger players come in because Howe has hounded about an aging squad. So let's see what comes in. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see a younger squad. Listen, the problem is over the years when we haven't improved, the squad's obviously got older, and the fact that we still have 8 championship players still there from 2016, yeah. That says a lot. You know, I mean, that wouldn't be a case of Man City or anybody else doing that. You know, they wouldn't. You know. Just doesn't happen now, and that just proves what a bell-end Mike Ashley was, to be honest, and how he just let the club rot from the inside out. Why would teams going down?
Invested in Derby again yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think there's something. I think Derby have found somebody, to be honest, and I think the praying that it's not Mike Ashley. Ronald says, why would teams going down sell their best players? They need to help them get back up. Well, Ronald, I don't know if you've noticed, Ronald. I'm not sure whether you've been smoking anything funny tonight, giving your comments in the chat tonight, but I think I would avoid any muffins of any kind from now on because, or funny tasting coffee. Basically, it has to do a lot with the wages, mate, and the fact that these players want to play at a higher level. Now, you can say, well, they took the team down, etc., but look at when we went down last time. We lost Wijnaldum, we lost a stack of players. You know, I mean, yes, we got money for them. Some of them crazy money, Sissoko, Perez. But, you know, let's be honest here. I mean, the wages that the likes of Calvin Phillips, Rafinha, and all those demand, Leeds going down. Because am I right in saying that the parachute payments aren't as big as they used to be?
They're bigger.
Yeah, but they're not paid for 2 years or something.
Yeah, so
I think a few years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they'll have to get rid of players. And Leeds aren't exactly financially well off.
Ronald just said in the comments, he says, is it true we're only looking at loaners? I mean, no, come on. We're not looking at the loan market. There's no way.
Right. You have some of them cookies you had on Saturday.
It's chocolate, not cookies.
The parachute payment. if you're promoted for 1 season, you receive 2 years of exactly. Norwich will receive 2 years of parachute payments. Watford as well. If you're up for 2 or more seasons, you'll receive 3 years of parachute payments, and that will be divided into 45, 35, I think 30 or 25. I can't remember the top of my head. And then I think it's 45 and 40. So
But that money doesn't go straight into wage structures, does it? That helps the club survive.
It's for the survival, or
which is why it was initially put in place.
The cost of relegation, which is total.
We'll need them off the wage bill. There's no doubt about that.
It's total crap because what's in the actual parachute payment deal when a team gets relegated is it can be written off as sponsorship money.
Yeah, you're right.
And once you get sponsorship money, you can do whatever the hell you want with it.
Yeah, it's madness. It is absolute madness. But the fact that Rafinha, Phillips, a few others at Leeds will be on very, very good wages. And listen, they're going to want. I mean, Calvin Phillips in a World Cup year, he's not going to want to stay at Leeds. He's going to want to move. Jim's got an interesting question saying, can we get a wants list from the mods? Which striker would you love us to sign? Please do not ask Susan that, because Susan thought Desmond Tutu was a striker. Her football knowledge, it has improved this season without a shadow of a doubt, but Desmond Tutu is not a striker. So
Desmond Tutu.
Really?
He's only young, ain't he?
Well, he's young. Yeah, but
trust me, Annie. I have no clue what that means either.
Exactly. I know what a Desmond means, but I've never heard of Desmond Tutu.
Every time I come on the fan forum,
that's what it comes from. He was a South African religious figure.
Yes.
Too many times I come on here and it's like they're talking Chinese.
Where's Renier? Renier described him as Desmond Tutu. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you were right. Religious figure. Archbishop Desmond Tutu. I was going to say, Ryan, are you American or are you Canadian?
I love the look on Paul's face is incredible. That's why I'm laughing.
I expect Ryan not to know because Canadians are uneducated. So
Americans.
I've just started another world war. I do apologise. I really need to stop doing this on live broadcasts because I will be having black limousines turning up at my door with MK-47s. Never mind. I love Canada, really. I do. Apart from the French bit. Stu says ASM is a liability. He only stood out in a Bruce team. In a Howe team, he does nothing. Chris
good
Wood,
play on a poor team, bad play on a good team.
Hang on. Lee's having a mare. Chris Wood's hold-up play counts. Eddie trusts him, man. How weird. Lee,
I know Lee well.
Whoa. It's my turn now, right? This bull crap, right? Listen to me. Good and proper here, Lee, right? When have you seen Chris Wood hold the ball up? It hits him. It bounces off him like some fat woman bounces off an air balloon. It just doesn't stick. It comes off him. He traps the ball like he's got a cement foot. His second touch is always a tackle because he loses the ball. And then he tries to run after it and can't because he's immobile. The man, I'm sorry, Eddie Howe trusts him. He doesn't. He's the only one that Eddie Howe can possibly play now, but Callum Wilson's back, which means we have a bit of movement, which means we have somebody who can control the football, somebody who doesn't fall over, somebody who actually jumps for a header.
You just said something
can I just
resonated.
Lee was my best man at my wedding, and I know his football knowledge, so he's probably just been watching it with the blinkers on.
Blinkers!
I think something you said there resonated. I think Eddie Howe asked for Immobile. And then
I knew that was coming.
Yes.
I had that in my head too.
Yes. Tom says the Milk Cup was merely the sponsor's name at the time of the League Cup. Yeah, once again, Tom comes through. He is the Toon Review's encyclopedia of life. You know, if we need anything, historical events, we go to Tom and he will come with an answer. There is no doubt about it.
Just explain the history of Desmond Tutu.
Oh, for God's sake. Listen, Ryan, Annie, I'll put you on a Zoom call with Susan and you can all learn about Desmond Tutu. All right? So that when we mention him in future, I'm not going to get Susan saying, oh, was he a striker? Or was he a footballer? I'm going to get a punch in the face when I see Susan now. Yeah. Jim says we could bounce back against Arsenal as we're due a good one, or we will fail miserably. It's going to get either one or two. I can't see it being just a nice little draw. But it is now time anyway. Oh, look, the adult dating trolls are in again. Wow, 7 times have posted this time. Impressive.
They move faster than Chris.
I was playing hard to get, Paul.
I thought you might be, Billy, but the thing is, I think the main target, Chippers, he's gone, so you're not going to get anybody clicking on it tonight.
They always seem to be within 3 miles of you as well, but you never meet them.
You what, mate?
They always seem to be within 3 miles of you as well, but you never get to meet the girls.
Interesting knowledge there, Andrew.
Can I just ask how you?
Well, they always say I'm 3 miles away. Do you want to meet? But you know, when you send a message.
What?
How long have you been married for, Andrew?
How much longer am I going to be married for? That's a better question.
Yeah. Other dating sites are available, by the way, for legal purposes. Maxi is someone to bring on for the last 30 minutes. Yeah, but he's not gonna do that. Mrs. Toon Review says, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. So close to 11k. Indeed we are. It's going up and up and up. But that's all down to you guys. Jim says, oh God, I've upset him. Paul, 6% of us Canadians speak what passes for French here. There are more Italian and Chinese speakers.
That's what I meant to say. There's more, a lot of immigration in Canada too, just like England.
Oh, behave.
Paul's not
Even the bloody animals in Canada speak French. Dogs don't bark, they go. Dogs look at you, and you know when they get excited because they're going for a walk, they look at you, and then they just look and go, oui, oui.
Right, I've got to go now. See you guys.
See you,
Annie.
See you, Annie.
Yeah.
Take care, mate. Look after yourself, and
thank you very much.
try not to worry too much about Bristol City, and enjoy the derbies. We'll speak soon.
I will.
Take care.
See you next week. Yeah. Come on.
Good night, mate. Right. It is that time of the night where I'm going to ask you for predictions for the Arsenal game, apart from Billy, obviously, who'll be on the preview at the weekend. Barbara, we'll start with you.
Am I unmuted? Unmuted. Am I?
You're right.
I say we're going to win. I say we're going to win 2-1, and I think Wilson will bite 2 goals.
Wilson 2 goals.
2-1.
Right. Hey, I'll go for that. I'll take that any day of the week. Thanks for coming up. Yeah. Well, I don't care. I just hope we get more goals than them, Barbara, to be honest, you know. Let's hope we do. Thanks for coming on, Barbara. Take care. Good night.
See ya.
Right, Renier. By the way, Renier, I must apologise because when I first saw your name in the chat, I did accuse you of being French, like our friend Ryan up there. So I do actually apologise for that. I didn't realise you were South African because I did make a joke about hello at the time. Renier! But now I can't do that because you're South African.
Yeah, not a problem. The very South African name, actually. Cesre's got an Italian one. I've got a real South African one. So.
Yeah, Cesre's just got a shark wrestling name. I would, you know, it's not even.
You're right. It's persona. Yeah. I would go for. If I'm being optimistic, I'll go for 1-1. I just feel like we were positive after Liverpool and thought we could get something from City. City just destroyed us, and I think we just won't be able to get it across the line. But I'm going to go for 1-1 and Chris Wood.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, you heard
Get
me.
out.
You heard me.
Get out.
He's got to score eventually. You know, that's what Alex said the other night, man.
He
has to put another one in.
Yeah, who's going to score for us, though?
Yeah, who's going to score?
I'm so sorry, you're right.
Listen, Renier, I'm sorry, but after that comment, I'm going to, you know, I'll get Cesare to get in touch with you and he'll take your shark wrestling because you need to after that.
We'll see. Maybe I'm lucky on this one.
Indeed.
Thanks a lot, guys. It was cool.
Thanks for coming on, buddy. Yeah, see you again soon.
See you guys later.
Take care, mate. Good night.
See ya.
Top lad is Renier. Really good lad. Jim says, go and take your face for a Desmond Tutu. Oh, dear. Tom says he was Archbishop of Johannesburg. Do you know what? There he is again. He just pops up with the answer, and you don't even have to ask him. Unbelievable. Team Chris Wood, leave him alone, you big bully.
No.
Oh, my God.
Team Wood.
I don't know. Chris Wood is worse than Dumbia, says Joe Linton, and he's got to play with him every week. Ian says, who does Desmond Tutu play for? I've never heard of him. Nick says, can Caitlin join that Zoom call? She doesn't know who he is either. She thought he was a porn star. Oh, my God. Oh, my hell. Lee says Desmond Tutu played in the same team as Donald Trump. Both were lethal in front of goal. Jason says, don't mess with my Tutu. They're all coming in. Caitlin has replied, he's a see you next Tuesday. I most definitely did not think that. Oh dear, domestic going on live on the show. Lee says, I wouldn't have Rafinha from Leeds. Watch them play against Arsenal. His attitude is stinking. That's not what we need.
Our team was terrible.
I've heard a few Leeds fans say that, actually. Jim says, my algorithms are weird. Thanks, mate. Jim, he's back again. That date and spam text on here. I see it on aircraft videos live at airports. Bird watching live streams the lot. Who watches bird watching live streams? Why would you watch bird watching live streams? I mean, nah, I don't get it. What kind
of birds are watching, I guess.
Maybe he was just looking at the bushes that the birds were in.
Oh, Andrew, like, I don't know where you're going with that, but I'm not going to ask you. Or, you know, I could understand.
I'm going back to the other messages that you were getting in the chat before, the bushes that's in that.
Yeah, but I mean, I could understand if it was someone like Jordan, you know, just like, well, he's probably that's what he's probably been doing, watching bird watching tonight. That's what all the rumblings have been going on. Anyway, Andrew, score
3-0 Arsenal. Ooh. They've got something to play for and we haven't. We might get a goal, say 3-1, but I think we'll convincingly get beat against Arsenal.
So you don't believe Eddie Howe when he says the lads aren't on the beach?
No, I don't think it's a case they're on the beach. I just think the problem is we've got nothing really other than a bit of pride to play for. Arsenal are fighting for first Champions League qualification in how many years? 4 or 5 years? 6 years.
They've got a massive. Remember though, they've got a massive game on Thursday before the playoffs. They've got a North London derby against Tottenham. So,
if we score first, I think it could be a.
Do you know about that North London derby?
If we score first, it could be a real ding dong. But
yeah,
I need to stop using these euphemisms of ding dong. But
I know. Listen, mate. I think you need to get some of that dictionary toilet roll, you know, and just learn some cleaner.
I've been married too long, mate. That's what it is.
Clearly.
She's
gonna
I'll
kill
go 3-1.
This, by the way.
No,
she'll be checking your hard drive and not that much.
If she's anything, she does check that hard.
Oh my god! Thanks for coming on, Andrew.
Hey, well,
Take care, mate.
All the best.
All the best,
guys.
Good night. Top man.
There's a there's a Mr. Sinclair doing a watch along for the North London derby.
Oh, is he now?
I'll have to tune into that.
Well, let's be real. I mean, it's obvious he's going to do one. Let's be real. Peeps.
He's probably doing a Del Boy Gunner or something.
Oh,
listen, one of his Arsenal buddies.
Can you imagine that? I mean, if Lee Gunner ever contacted John Sinclair,
the
absolute rules of toilet roll he would go through are just laughable, man. Honestly. Crazy. Werner says, I saw Desmond Tutu at the shops about a year ago. He died recently. He did indeed die recently. Luke says, to me, Tutu. Those of us old enough to know what that is. Right. Jordan, it is your turn. Your first ever prediction.
I'm going to actually go with the Desmond and all.
Oh my God.
I think I do. I think it'll be 2-2. I think Chris Wood.
Do you know what? I'd be happy with that, though. I'd be happy with the 2-2, given how Arsenal are playing at the minute.
I think Chris Wood, not Chris Wood. What am I playing at? Callum Wilson will score, and it's about time Maxi turned up with an end product.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely. Listen, if it's 2-2, I'd be happy with that. I have to say, you know, given the form Arsenal are in. But listen, Jordan, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you very much.
And if I don't see you kicking about Sega or wherever you find yourself just, you know, sitting on bus stands drinking 2020 and stuff, mate.
I'm 26 years old.
I've heard stories about you, my man, that I'm not broadcasting on here.
I bet you have it all. I bet you have.
Take care, mate, and try and get yourself on next week.
I will. I'll see you next week.
All right, buddy. Take care. Good night.
See you later.
See you, Jordan.
Top man. Right. Jason, it is your turn.
I'm going for a 2-1 win.
Hey.
2-1 win. I actually think we can actually do it. We can actually just turn up and just spoil their day. We got defeated, so fine. You can be on the receiving end now.
And who's going to score, Jason? More to the point.
Desmond Tutu.
Right.
I think it's going to be Wilson and Bruno that's going to grab the goals.
Tutu might get a crossing.
He could do, or you never know. Roy Hodgson could come on and put in a assist.
Jesus. Leonardo says, is Jordan actually Mr. Incredible? Jordan, if you're still watching, I wish you'd still been on for that, because that is a classic. Because if you looked at the way he was sitting in his robe drinking his lager, he did actually look like Mr. Incredible. Brilliant. Jay says Bruno against the Gunners has to be 3-2 to the Toon. Ian says they have futures to play for. Changes are coming and they know it. Exactly. Good point, Ian. That's why I still think that they'll be giving it. They should be giving it their all. Stato says Share, Wilson and Trippier back and still predicting a 3-1 loss. Jeez, man. He's obviously not very happy. He's in a bad mood tonight. I tell you what, he's under tremendous stress getting all that painting done and then moving to the UK. He's got it all on his hands, I tell you, literally. Right, Jason, thanks for coming on, matey.
No props.
We'll see you soon, buddy. Take care. Good night.
See you later.
Right, come on then, Ryan. How come it's always used to that end up being last for predictions? It's like, listen, when we start doing the Fan Forum Prediction League next season, I think it's going to be a battle between you two all the way at the top.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll go. Sadly, I think I'll 2-1 Arsenal. I think Wilson will score for us. I think and Kedia and Martinelli will score for Arsenal.
Is he fit?
They're both fit, yeah. I mean, they could be injured against Tottenham, though, but we'll see. It's 6 days away, the game, so, yeah.
Yeah. Leonidas is back saying, why has Ryan got a cock on his shirt?
Oh, my God. A proper one.
Because he's a closet Frenchman, like most Canadians. Maxi to do a TOT to level on 89 minutes. Stop making jokes about Desmond Tutu. Disrespectful to the man of the cloth, says Conrad. Wow. Wow.
Some people just don't know how to take it sometimes.
I know.
We'll go to confession in the morning.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody's talking about Gandhi levitating as well in the chat. That's Jesus.
You started something new in the comments there.
I know. Well, I'll have all the religions coming at me as well. Jesus. Right. Thanks for coming on, Ryan. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks as always, guys.
No bother. Take care, my man. Good night.
Take care.
Oh, cut him off there. Gallagher Brown says Desmond will be very cross. Wow. Come on then, Mr. Caviani. Let's have it.
Last game at home of the season. We're going to win 2-1. It's going to be Maxi and Wilson.
If you said Christian Wood there, you were banned. You were suspended from Fan Forum for 2 weeks.
No, I hope he doesn't play. And I hope he's not even in the lineup. I hope he's not even in. I hope Gale's on the bench. And just give the lad a rest. And start with Wilson, 60 minutes, and get Gale on second half. And I hope Longstaff's not playing. And I hope
Roy, did you know this guy?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
There you go.
He's from the Saudi Mags.
There you go. And is he part of the Facebook group yet, Roy? Have you invited him into there?
I'll invite him. I've known him for 10 years now. Proper fan.
And by the way, Roy, speaking of invites, I still haven't had one for the World Cup yet.
Oh.
My inbox seems to be very, very empty from any emails from the King of Guitar. Just another gentle hint your way, mate. Nothing too strong. Jordan says, "I am Mr. Incredible. Ask my lass." Oh, Jesus. Well, at least he's admitted to it. Right. Thanks for coming on, Roy.
Cheers, mate.
Take care out there, mate, and I'll see you next week, buddy.
See you next week.
Stay safe, man. Good night. Good night.
How are the lads?
How can you not love Roy Caviani, man? He's just a top gentleman, absolute top guy. I can't wait to meet him in person because he's just one of those guys that you can have a drink with and have a really good. He's actually dancing now in the green room, funny enough. Yeah. I'm getting wrong off Julie for reading out deleted comments again. I'm sorry, Jules. Listen, I'm going to send a strictly worded email to StreamYard because this is ridiculous. If mods are deleting comments, this shouldn't come through on StreamYard. It's just a fact. There must be something they can do about that because I keep getting wrong off Julie. It's not fair.
I mean, I blocked the porn stuff and it said it was already been blocked. So why that came through to you, I never know.
It's ridiculous. Status says the Toon have never lost while I've been in the St James's crowd. So let's hope that streak continues. Indeed, he will be there on Monday night as long as I remember his ticket. Yeah, we know that doesn't go so well sometimes because I just completely forget. Cheswick says, brilliant fans on tonight. Thank you all who come on tonight. You guys are fantastic. Yeah, it's been a really good fan forum and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And that's what the fan forum's all about, Billy. It's getting people on, nothing too serious, a bit of banter, a bit of a good laugh as well. And I think people need that, you know what I mean? That's why some of these shows, I never just want to sort of stick to serious stuff because it's pointless. You know what I mean? You've got to have a laugh as well.
Absolutely.
You've got to have a joke on with everybody that comes on. Everybody has a bit of banter and it's a good laugh.
Stripteases.
What a channel this is. Prediction news, banter, stats, under the radar gags. What's not to like? Cheers, mate. That's why we try. That's why we try.
And stripteases. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you certainly don't get the full Monty on a lot of channels. I mean, I have to admit that. We may get a YouTube warning after the show, but who knows? I mean, all we needed was a bit of Tom Jones in the background. You can leave your head on. I better not start singing that in case you do it again. Kate says, hi, Paul. How's it going from Kate and Jonathan? It's going really well. Great stream tonight, says Geordie. Thank you, mate. Right, that is it. Thank you very much for watching the fan forum tonight. If you have enjoyed it, please do remember to hit the thumbs up button. Some people are forgetting to do it. Just let YouTube know that you're enjoying the shows. So please do hit the thumbs up button. If you're watching this on a rerun, you can now super chat on all the recorded videos and reruns of the live streams by hitting the thanks button, which is just along from the like button and what like. So it's a thanks button with a $sign next to it. It's the same thing as super chat, but you can do that now on recordings and reruns of the live stream. So thank you in advance if you ever do want to do that. Thank you, Billy, for joining me tonight. Once again, thank you to the mods. Fantastic job in the background. And Julie, thank you for telling me off and keeping me on the right path again. And thank you to everybody who's watched tonight and joined in with the conversation, both live on the show and in the chat. You've been fantastic. That's it for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night. We've got this one, which is the Loaded Toon Review show with myself, Billy and Danielle will be joining us. So looking forward to that. And some of the Loaded lads, I believe Daz will be on. Pete Davies definitely going to be on. I think Rich will be on for a while. And hopefully Martin. I know Chris is away tomorrow, but hopefully Martin will join us for a bit of it as well. So fantastic show there tomorrow. A really good laugh as well. If you want to have a good laugh, watch the show because we'll have an absolute blast. But that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe. Be kind. Good night.
How are the lads?